we're in the middle of a pandemic, but it's college, right? A couple parties can't hurt, right? I'm young, so the virus won't be that bad for me, right? If I get sick, I can just get tested, right? Well, we're here to debunk some of those myths and give you some tips that will help you keep yourself and everyone else safe this school year.
A couple parties can't hurt, right? Bars and parties are pretty much the worst places to be right now. The CDC and numerous other health agencies have classified them as the highest risk places to be. Few people, if any, will be wearing masks, and even if the party or the bar is outdoors, there often won't be enough space to stay 6 feet apart. And who stays 6 feet apart at a party anyway? However, you can be social in a safe way. Hang out with the same small group of friends, wear masks, and stay 6 feet apart. And it's even better if you can hang out outside.
I'm young, so the virus won't be that bad, right? Being young makes you far more likely to be asymptomatic if you get the virus, which is the easiest way for the virus to spread because you don't know that you have it. Also, just because a virus might not be that scary for you, older people and even young people with certain health conditions are at a much higher risk for lasting heart or lung damage, or even death. As the virus continues to mutate and change, health experts are seeing young people who are not even immunocompromised get severely sick. The safest thing to do is to assume that everyone could have it and act accordingly, even though they aren't showing any symptoms at the moment. Nobody exists in a bubble. Fighting a pandemic is about everyone's safety, and your decisions affect everyone.
If I get sick, I can just get tested, right? Well, yes, but like we said before, a lot of people our age can spread coronavirus without knowing it because we're less likely to have severe symptoms. Also, the virus is contagious for about 2 days before symptoms start showing up, so even if you are not yet symptomatic, you can spread it without knowing before you start feeling the symptoms. Also, it can take an exposed person 2 to 14 days after the initial exposure to develop symptoms or start feeling sick, so you should always quarantine for the full 14 days after a potential exposure, even if your test comes back negative.
So with all that said, the best thing you can do to slow the spread of coronavirus on campus is to wear a mask, wash your hands often, keep your circle of contacts as small as possible, and stay 6 feet apart from everyone else as much as you can. Prior to meeting with your friends, double check as to where they have been and if they have been exposed. It is always good to set hanging out expectations with your friends as well as for extra safety. Have a conversation with your roommates and set some guidelines about who can come over to your house or apartment and encourage them to engage in safe behaviors as well.
I know sometimes it feels like maybe there's no point in following the guidelines, but we as the students and the young people have the power to slow the spread more than anyone else. 20 to 29-year-olds are spreading the virus the most, and older people and people with pre-existing conditions are paying the price. As individuals, we have so much control in our actions and behavior in deciding how the pandemic will go. Because when we all make safe decisions together, we all work toward ending this pandemic together. Stay masked, stay distanced, and stay safe. Gophers protect.